We're in the playoff. Let's go. Okay. It was not pretty, like at all. Slightly terrifying on multiple. Let me fix this up a little bit. Multiple occasions, especially the first bit. But we won the game and we covered the spread. We're up by 13 right now. Everyone's deciding to get hurt. But if you think about it, just think about it. We're in the playoff. Who cares? Like, I know we have a lot of time to rest, and that's the most important thing. We're in the playoff. We're here. Our boys did their job. Shout out to Nico Iamaleava for playing great. Best game of the year. Phenomenal, man. I'm proud of my team. I had confidence in them. Even though we're down 14-0, we had a horrible start. You can check my short. I said this is a bad start, but I still have confidence in my team. And guess who outscored for a significant amount of time? The other team, 36-3. The rest for the most part of that game, 36-3. Shout out to my boys. That defense played great. The run game was good. Hopefully everyone's not hurt. Shout out to Nico Iamaleava playing the best game he had all year. Shout out to Max Gilbert for making a 50-some yard field goal. Shout out to that. I mean, shout out to these fans for showing up. This was beautiful. This couldn't have gone any better today. It really couldn't have. Because the first slate of games is what we really, really cared about. It was our game. And we're in the playoff. And guess what? Michigan beat Ohio State. I'm just as surprised as y'all. How? Will Howard sucks. I didn't expect that. They couldn't run the ball. They had no creative play calling. They didn't take any deep shots. Jeremiah Smith was a non-factor today, even though we got attempted a lot. It seemed like Michigan would rather just hold Jeremiah Smith if there was a shot to the end zone than let him go up for it. And it ended up paying off because the kicker can't make a field goal, and Will Howard threw red zone interceptions. The only touchdown Michigan had all game was throwing right to Michigan's guy, and he did a great job of staying in bounds and brought it to the 2-yard line, and then they just ran it in. And this Mullings guy from Michigan, who had the jump pass a few years ago on Ohio State. Let's make sure we get this first down real quick. We're in the playoff now. Let's go. Good job, Bishop. This run game was great today, by the way. Slow start. Sampson always fumbles. If anyone was surprised by that, you just don't understand Tennessee football. He always fumbles to start off the game. Based off what happened last night with Georgia and Georgia Tech, fun. That was crazy. I was worried about today, about the craziness. But we had over 500 yards. Let's go. And we sucked. We suck on the road. I know we're at home, but we still suck on the road. But we did a really good job today. I'm proud of us. I'm proud. I'm very proud of my team. I know, I keep saying that, but I really am. The penalties are not going in our favor. Felt like some of them should have. That just didn't. Can't complain. We still won. Who cares? We won the game. Yes, we're in the playoff. Jonathan Thornton, shout out to you. I am very happy right now. Because that was not earlier. So this is great. Again, Michigan won. That was beautiful. And then they fought. Shout out to Michigan for just putting their flag into the center of the field. And also, Lenora Sellers, the next Cam Newton. The guy ran through every Clemson player and he just scored. He was like, okay, no one else can get open. No one can do anything right. Let me just take it myself. He ran for 140-something yards today. Most of it came in the second half. Dude was a beast. Shout out to him. They beat Clemson. Shout out to their defense, too. Because they came out clutch when they had to. Louisville killed Kentucky. This is a great day so far. Only thing that can make it better is if Auburn wins. And especially if A&M wins. If A&M wins, I will be beautiful. Such a great day. It'll hopefully only get better. We're in the playoff. Nothing to worry about right now. We did our part. And now we got to see if we get a first down game. With Ohio State losing, that doesn't really change much. We might actually jump ahead of Ohio State. Just think about it. Because think about what you do here. Because Penn State is going to get in the Big Ten Championship now, which is shocking. Unless if they lose to Maryland, and then Indiana would. Because they're not going to lose to Purdue. Which no one has. But stuff like that happens. Penn State gets in. They'll probably lose to Oregon. And then Penn State has 2 losses. Ohio State has 2 losses. Penn State lost to Ohio State. What do you do there? But one didn't make the conference championship. What do you do there? I think we should be ahead of Indiana. I think if Texas loses, we should be ahead of them. They have no significant win. We beat Bama. That's a better win than anything Texas. Even if Bama loses today, that's a top 10 win at that point. Texas had nothing. Texas has done their best wins against Michigan. They're 7-5. I know they just beat Ohio State, but they historically have done that. Ryan Day has to fix questions. Historically, on the Ryan Day, they have sucked against Michigan, and nothing showed more than today. You have the best team in the country, probably most expensive team in the country, on your team, and you blow it to a Sharon Moore team that had a quarterback who threw 2 interceptions and not get over 100 yards passing. Nowhere even close. And you lost because you suck in big games against Michigan. You're 47-1 against every other Big Ten team. The only team you lost to outside of that was Oregon. That was by 1, and that was a really hard-fought game. You've lost to Michigan every year, outside of the first one, which you had Justin Fields, and Michigan had nobody. Cade McNamara? Really? That sucked. And you're at home, too, in that game. Like, there's just things you should do as a coach. And beating Michigan at Ohio State is something you have to do. Unless if they go on a run in these playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised if they can them. You got to beat Michigan. Like, you have to beat Michigan. It's the whole form of the rivalry. Like, from the dawn of times, it's, oh, you're a good coach. Have you beat Michigan? You're not a good coach or you haven't done that. And that goes for all the great rivalries. There's 2 main ones. Iron Bowl, and then you have the game. Michigan, Ohio State. If you don't win that game, you're done for. Gus Malzahn has looked as a great coach in Auburn history because of how good he played against Alabama. Like, they would struggle against teams that aren't that good. They really would. But then they beat the heck out of Alabama. They beat them 3 times. They were 3-1 at home under Gus Malzahn. And the one time they lost, they were significantly a worse team. And that game still came down to the final, seconds. Final minutes, I should say. And Auburn had a lot of breaks not go in their favor. But they had some go in their favor. It's called Jordan-Hare Stadium. But you have to beat Michigan. In a game like this, in a year like this, no matter how you do it, you have to win. Their offense was pathetic. This is surprising. But with my boys, Dylan Sampson, my man, should have been up for the Doak Walker Award. It's ridiculous that he wasn't. Jermod McCoy, shout out to you. We had a lot of failed possessions, but then Nico Iamaleava got it going. If he continues this, I'd project us to probably play Notre Dame. For us to get a first-round game, we probably either need Notre Dame or Miami to lose. That's what I'm hoping for. We're crossing our fingers that one of them loses. And I bet most likely one is probably Miami. But I hope Notre Dame loses. Because I don't like Notre Dame. That would kick them out the playoff completely. Miami might get 11. Notre Dame would be out. Even though they have the good win against A&M, you lost to Northern Illinois. You gotta go. But yeah, that's my opinion. And also, Miami loss to Georgia Tech doesn't look as bad because they just took the Georgia team, probably become SEC champions, to 8 overtimes. It's just stuff like that. What is going on this year? But we did our part. We're in the playoff. Let's go. Shout out to Nico Iamaleava. Campbell, stop acting crazy. Stop with these false starts. Thank you, refereeing, for actually fixing your neutral zone infraction. Misspells, miscalls. Iron Bowl's about to start. I'm going to go watch that. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Go Vols, baby. But remember, God bless y'all.